Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
Let's go back to the top, shall we?
Light of the world, you stepped down into darkness. Open my eyes, let me see. Beauty that made this heart adore you. Hope of a life spent with you.
Yeah.
Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. King of all days, oh so highly exalted, glorious in heaven above. Humbly you came to the earth you created, all for love's sake became poor. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. And I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it cost to see my sin upon that cross. So here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
Morning, family. Lovely to see you all. If you're visiting us this morning, perchance, you are especially welcome. Righty. Got a new bass player. He's got that flea vibe.
I'm having a lot more fun.
That's what they say, Dan.
The splendor of the King, clothed in majesty, let all the earth rejoice, all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, darkness covers his heart,
and trembles at his voice, trembles at his voice. Oh, how great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. And all will see how great is our God. Let's do the first verse again, eh? The splendor of the King, holy majesty. Let all the earth rejoice, all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide, and trembles at his voice, and trembles at his voice. Oh, how great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. And all will see how great is our God. And age to age he stands, and time is in his hands. Beginning and the end, beginning and the end. The Godhead three in one, Father, Spirit, Son, the Lion and the Lamb, the Lion and the Lamb. Oh, how great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. And all will see how great is our God. Age to age. Name above all names, worthy of all praise. My heart will sing, how great is our God. Name above all names, worthy of all praise. My heart will sing, my heart will sing, how great is our God. How great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. And all will see how great is our God. Oh, how great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. And all will see how great is our God. All will see how great is our God. Really? Well, I hope you had a good week, everybody. Yesterday I went to my granddaughter's baby shower, which means next month I'll be a great grandfather, which is crazy, isn't it? It's, given how impossibly young I am. And then I got home in time to watch the second half of the Black Ferns against Australia. And then, of course, it was the ABs against France. By then, I'd made up a little bed on the couch. Got in there, the dog joined me. Then I noticed that the Lions were playing the Aussie-New Zealand combined team in Adelaide. So I thought, I'll watch some of that. And then I'll leave it on, but I might fall asleep because it was getting on. And the dog had made himself extraordinarily comfortable. And I woke up at 2:30, severely physically compromised. The dog was sweet, but my legs were all over the place, and I've been up since then. I didn't dare go back to sleep for fear of not getting here on time, you see. But it's nice to be here. Lord, I come to your holy place. I stand in awe of your cleansing
Who am I that you would care for me? I glorify the one who died for me.
Let's sing that again.
Yes, Lord, I come into your holy place, stand in awe of your cleansing grace. And who am I that you would care for me? I glorify the one who died for me. Glorify, glorify, let your name be lifted up and glorified. Let the earth tremble at your name. Let your name be lifted up and glorified. Into your hands I commit my life, day by day as a living sacrifice. Who am I that you would care for me? I glorify the one who died for me. Glorify, glorify, let your name be lifted up and glorified. Let the earth tremble at your name. Let your name be lifted up and glorified. Glorify, glorify, let your name be lifted up and glorified. Let the earth tremble at your name. Let your name be lifted up and glorified.
Let your name.
Let your name be lifted up and glorified.
One more.
Let your name be lifted up and glorified.
Great singing, folks. We're just going to sing you one more. In fact, Pat, would you mind leading us?
Over the mountains and the sea, your river runs with love for me. And I will open up my heart, let the healer set me free. I'm happy to be in the truth, and I will daily lift my hands, for I will always sing of when your love came down. Over the mountains and the sea, your river runs with love for me. And I will open up my heart and let the healer set me free. I'm happy to be in the truth, and I will daily lift my hands, for I will always sing of when your love came down. And I could sing of your love forever. I could sing of your love forever. Oh, I could sing of your love forever. And I could sing of your love forever. Over the mountains and the sea, your river runs with love for me. And I will open up my heart, let the healer set me free. I'm happy to be in the truth, and I will daily lift my hands, for I will always sing when your love came down. Oh, I could sing of your love forever, and I could sing of your love forever. Oh, I could sing of your love forever, and I could sing of your love forever. And oh, I feel like dancing. It's foolishness, I know, but when the world will see the light, they will dance with joy like we're dancing now. Oh, I could sing of your love forever. I could sing of your love forever. Oh, I could sing of your love forever. I could sing of your love forever. Over the mountains and the sea, your river runs with love for me. And I will open up my heart, let the healer set me free. I'm happy to be in the truth, and I will daily lift my hands, for I will always sing of when your love came down.
Great singing, everybody. Do take a seat. Thank you, Dan.
Morena, everybody. Kia ora. Kia ora ki te whānau or Langhome Baptist Church. Lovely to have everyone here today. Announcements, we have the Christmas, midwinter Christmas, July 26 and 27. Yeah, so I'm on a course that weekend, unfortunately, so just wondering if someone could volunteer to go instead of me. Yeah. Awesome. All of you? That's great. Yeah, and we're going to pray for the offering shortly. Any big moments in our lives to celebrate? Anyone had a birthday, or perhaps arrived from another country? Yeah. You got a notice, Chris?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful.
I thought there was something. Oh yeah, morning. Notices. We have elder nominations to people to be put forward to you this morning, and for you to for 30 days to pray and consider them as new elders. And the names are Dan and Marco and Aria. So if you consider those three people for the next 30 days in prayer and just again, I think for myself, feel excited about what God's doing in our midst. Yeah? So cool. Oh, as well as that, to also inform you that as for the elders, David DeProse will be standing aside, won't be seeking renomination. He still has a very important job for us, which we will hold him to. and that Kayla and myself will be standing for re-election over this next time. For James, he will his term ends next March. So in our consideration, we're just thinking about things moving forward, and also for us as a church and family to consider things that are happening, all right, for us. Exciting.
Also, family, just want to, for those of you who didn't pick up on the notice that I sent out, just to let you know that Margaret Harris passed away. So Margaret was part of our congregation for many, many years, and left because really she needed to go, as she got older, to be closer to her family so they could help look after her. But her heart has always been here at Langholm. And so her family want her to have her service here because this is where her heart is, her and Doug. And so the service will be held on Thursday the 24th at 12:30. So for anyone who's able to come, you're more than welcome to come and be part of that memorial service for her. We just remember she was such a blessing to so many people and gave so much of her time and energy, both in her music as she taught kids in this community how to play piano. Just had a beautiful heart of embracing and welcoming any of the kids in. She did a lot with the Friday Club, and she also served in her creative ways, taught us how to make Christmas angels and cakes and all sorts of amazing things. So she had such a generous, loving heart, and it's such a privilege to be part of her memorial service. So that's Thursday, the 24th. 12:30. I'll put it out again though on the broadcast just to closer to the time.
Cool. Remember Margaret really well over the years, and just being part of the church with her, and how much of a blessing that was to us and our family over those years. So you get seasons with people, don't you? And you never know when they start and when they stop, so to make the most of them while you've got them. And we're coming into a new season with Alison as our senior pastor. She started in the role, but we're going to be welcoming her in officially next Sunday. So next Sunday on the 20th, we're having, not a commemoration, what am I looking for? What's the right? Thank you, commissioning of Alison in the role, and I think we've got someone coming along from the Baptist Union from the Northern region as well. So to celebrate that with Alison next Sunday will be great. So look forward to having more things to celebrate, more things to pray into. It's really good.
And something else that we can celebrate is that we're a generous church. We give generously here to support the awesome work that happens, and we just thank you. I'd like to just pray for that. Thank you, God, that we are able to give our time, our funds, our prayers, and we commit those to you, Lord. And thank you for the way that multiplies in ways that we can never really understand. And amen. And just on the back of that, I just had a wonderful memory of Margaret, actually, who you mentioned. Early days in the church for me and my young family at the time, and I just remember Margaret turning up at our house with a big box of peaches. She used to love bottling peaches, and I can still remember it. I can still remember that, just this beautiful box of fresh peaches that she decided she had spare. And just what a blessing that was. So handing over to Alison. Sorry, you've got a mic. You're mic'd up. You're ticked.
Morena. And there's some things for children to do, and just back there, if you want to, that help you to think about what we're going to be thinking about so we can do it together. Because today we want to share with you some of the things that happen here in the life of our church as the week goes through. So it's going to be a little bit like maybe you're one of those watching one of those time release, camera things where they take a photo every minute or something, and you can see very quickly, the life that's coming in and going out and coming in and going out into this place. It's a bit like that, because we're looking at the top one of our vision statements with a purpose beyond ourselves. So last week, Peter so very well focused in on purpose, that part of it. And this week, what we want to do is, with you, have like a family chat with the people that are around during the week about what they do, what they experience. So it's like us as a church family together, sharing, this is what happens, this is what I'm part of, this is what it means to me, this is what it means to other people, and this is where God is for me and what's happening. So we'll be telling you our own stories of our involvement. We'll be telling you stories from the people that come along. So a little bit of their stories. And I just wanted to start by telling you a little bit of my story. So I, a while, probably 15 years ago, did this test called Strength Finders. How many people have done that test? You do this big quiz, tells you what, it's Strength Finders, so it doesn't tell you all your weaknesses, it tells you what you're good at, so that's nice. But I was really annoyed to find when I did the test that my number one strength was achiever, because it felt like such a driven kind of a thing. It was my number one strength. But here are the confessions of an achiever. As an achiever, when I was growing up, I always got conscientious on my school reports. Alison is conscientious. And this is a horrible word for an achiever because it made me think that I tried really hard. I was busily working away, but I didn't achieve anything because otherwise I would have said what I actually did achieve. So when I started being involved in things like Friday Club and youth, it was with my Achievers hat on. How many people came to that session? How successful was that program? But for most of us sharing, there have been successful times and discouraging times. So how do we live with that? And for me, what has enabled me to survive the hard and discouraging times is the story of Jesus inviting his disciples to come with me. I've found that being part of what God is doing in our world has grown and deepened my own faith and my own relationship with God, because God invites me, come with me, be part of what I am doing. And for me, this has made the difference described in Jesus' words expressed in the message. And I think, Peter, you might have read this last time. Are you tired, worn out? Or somebody referred to it recently. Was it Christine did. Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. And this has been an amazing thing for an achiever. Achieving goals and trying hard leaves me worn out and exhausted, burnt out on religion. But if I focus on Jesus' words, come with me, walk with me, and work with me. Watch how I do it. Then I start to experience the unforced rhythms of grace, and being part of God's purpose beyond ourselves becomes not a burning out, wearisome thing, but it becomes an adventure. So we hope that as we share with you the experiences of being part of the life of God here on site during the week, you don't just get information, but you pick up some of the excitement of what God's doing amongst us here in Langholm, and you sense Jesus' invitation, come with me. Not as a guilt trip, like you have to go and help out because it's what you should do, but rather his specific invitation to you to enter into something where you come with him, whatever it is, whether it's one of these things we talk about or something quite different, that you sense his invitation to you and that's pregnant with possibility and life. So we're going to now have a family chat together, and so to make it a little bit more like a family chat, I'm just going to grab some of these unoccupied chairs. So we need 5 chairs. And the first people we're going to chat with are Pat and Lorraine and Jenny and Chris. So Pat, Lorraine, Jenny and Chris. Sorry. And I think Pat's got the mic. So that's good because... So this is an informal chat. So, if you've got something that you want to clarify, feel free to do so. And I'll help answer if it puts somebody on the spot, because we're not putting anyone on the spot here. We're just sharing what we're about. So Pat's going to start by telling us what the op shop does.
Hi everybody. Obviously we sell things, but there's a lot more to than that. I mean, there's clothes we have to put on hangers, so we have to sort through a lot of them. As they end up at night in the rain, often they are thrown away because I'm not really prepared to go home and wash them and dry them. But in saying that, we do get customers and regular ones that know us, some of us by name. And that's the thing about the op shop. It's a bit of a community thing where people come and talk. So that's the beauty of it. And you can do your work and you can have little remarks, little conversations as you go along. So someone said, which is quite a thing, there's a thing that you mind the shop, but it's different to actually working in it because you find all the nasty things. But you also see lovely moments of the people that come into the shop. And as a person that's worked in the shop for a working life, quite a bit of it, it's taught me how to approach people, to know when they want to be approached and when they don't. So that's something I've learned, and to be a bit more gracious sometimes, which is sometimes hard. The next thing was... yeah, that's it.
Just draw a little bit more about that. How many days a week is the op shop open, Pat?
I was going to do that and I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
3 days. Tuesday, 12 to 4. Wednesday morning where I work for the shop. It's Wednesday morning, 9 to 12. And Saturday, 10 to 1, which I work once a month with Kelly there. So in all, we have about 10 workers, 10 people that staff the shop.
That's awesome. And I'm very conscious that throughout the day people drive onto our site to check out the op shop. So it's a really awesome thing that we're doing here.
But there's one thing which I find really hard when they drop clothes in the middle of the night and it rains.
Yes.
That's there are hard parts there, and I have to look, teach me a bit more gracious as I go along.
So that's awesome, Pat, because it leads on to what I was about to ask Pat about. Are there times that you're aware of God being with you in that op shop work? Because I see Pat day after day after day dealing with messes, dealing with rubbish, and I don't see how you could actually do that if there was no God in the
Yeah,
picture.
well, I wouldn't, but I happen to like shop work, so that does help. And also, there a few times when I had been by myself, and one day it was a Saturday, and Kelly was supposed to be with me, but she didn't actually contact me and she didn't come. But we've got a lady that takes the clothes away sometimes, Coral, and she came along, and she could see that there was a few customers, there was quite a bit on the table at the back, and I found out that, I can help you. So she did, and I found out she's a very close, she used to work for hospice, so she was a very good clothes sorter. And I said, thank you, Lord. I really needed that at the moment because I was feeling a bit discouraged. So I was able to concentrate a bit more on the people. So there are times when that does happen when I'm by myself. On a Wednesday, the other lady I work with has got something with a granddaughter. And those days have been quite quiet. So it was really a nice place to be, and I could just go through the pace of how I wanted to do things.
That's awesome, Pat. Was
So
there anything else you had wanted to say?
Just sometimes we all get discouraged about what we do, but don't be. And maybe God's Lord's learnt me to step back, leave some things alone, and just do what you can and quietly do it. And often someone will come along and say, I can help with that. I don't ask them to do it, but some people do.
That's awesome. Thank you. And now we're going to jump over to Lorraine. And Lorraine, good, that's good. I've got some notes here too. Tell us what Coffee and Company is about, and also other events that you do.
Coffee and Company came along after Mainly Music. It was on my heart that Mainly Music really had its season. It's not, Mainly Music hasn't finished in Langholm, I don't think. Something else will grow, but that season was gone, and God gave me a vision of just coming along on a Tuesday morning and having coffee with people. And we get about 15, 16 people, some from the community, which is great. And I was very discouraged at one point, and I thought, here we are, just a group of church people coming along on a Tuesday, just to sit here in case someone drops in. And along comes people from the community. And it's been quite amazing, and we've had people, we had a lady that came because she was dropping stuff at the op shop, and so Pat went out and invited her in for coffee. And in conversation, we found out that she had a nephew who was very sick. And so she went home with meals. So, and then there was another lady that came along, and I ended up, she came towards the end, and Siobhan and Kevin and I were here, and this lady stayed for over half an hour, and we had God conversation with her. And she was a Christian, but she just needed encouragement and some advice and just people to talk to. And so that's what Coffee and Conversation or Company is about, for people just to drop in. I'm looking at the fact that we may start using quarter of an hour of our time to do chair exercises. Just to, so I'm looking into that. I'm going to talk to Michelle about that. So that's what Coffee and Company is about. It's just about people coming, and it's nice to have people from the community that come regular. And we have Doreen Sunman comes along, and she's the local JP, and people have come along and had papers signed while she's here. So, that's open that to the community as well. Now, my other parts of my ministry, I go once a month and serve the people that collate the roundabout. I serve them morning tea. And it's just nice to be moving in and out of the community. And because I'm a bit of a dinosaur and been in Langholm a long time, they know me. And so it's just nice just to be feeling, the community family. So, and then there's the special events, like the midwinter Christmas dinner and the ones that we've had earlier, and those are very special because the community comes in. But I'm very aware of the fact, as I go about my ministry, that Jesus actually didn't wait in the temple for the people to come in. Jesus went out amongst the people. And while it's really good to have those community events and have people coming in, it's special to me to be able to go out there and amongst the community. And we did have, Pat and Kevin and Joan and I were invited to one of the ladies that was coming to Mainly Music and has now comes on a Tuesday morning to Coffee and Co. We were invited to her wedding, which was very special to be able to feel that that connection had been made and she wanted us to go to her wedding. And she brings her little Nana, who is about to turn 92. And Nana had a big lump grow on the side of her face. And we were able to pray for that lady. And she had surgery and they told her that that lump, they will take that out, but her face will be scarred. She has not got a scar on her face.
Wow.
And to me, that's answer prayer, you know, and that's something that's come out of coffee. You just don't know, you know. You think, oh, well, we're coming week by week. Should we just come and be a little group together? But God wants that. God has got things to happen. But one of the very special things that happened to me this year was I was invited to represent the church at the Anzac Day service. Usually I go along, do the morning tea and things, but Graham asked me if I would speak. And that was very special for me to be able to stand in the community. And I opened by the fact that, you know, we have just celebrated Easter and we have used, you know, the centre for our celebrations was the cross. But for Anzac Day, there are many things that we use, like the poppies, the wreaths, and different music. So, and then to be able to pray with the community. Now, I'm not very good at praying in public or speaking in public, but that was just, I just knew that God was in that. And it was amazing to be able to stand up there in amongst the community. And of course, I've still got my contacts with the school, and I had the pleasure of going up for 3 days and working with children making sand saucers and our little gardens. So, and it was nice to open up those contacts again with the staff and the parents that are at the school. So, you know, that's me in the community, and that's how Roger and I, when we were married, we knew God had called us to be in the community. And there's very few organisations that between us we haven't been part of over the years. So, and Roger has just retired from the Fire Brigade, but it doesn't mean we've left our contact. He's a life member there, so we've still got contact with everyone in the Fire Brigade. So it's just nice being out there and amongst the community.
That's awesome, Lorraine. I'm so glad that you shared about what you felt God had called you to all those years ago, because I was talking to Roger and Lorraine last week, I think, and learnt something that I had actually never known in all the years that I've known you, and that is what you said about your call, that your call wasn't so much to this church as to our community, and we can see that in the way you've lived your lives, and you know, we honour you for that. And yeah, thank you for what you shared. So now we're going to hop over to Jenny. Jenny is going to tell us how the craft group came about and how it developed.
Well, it definitely, I can't say that like the word ministry was on my mind. At the beginning, it was more like a combination of things was happening for me. I'd found myself completely empty nested in quite a short period of time, and had all these evenings to fill up where instead of picking people up and dropping them off from things, I was just home alone because my husband was working and my children weren't even in Auckland. And that was quite abrupt after like so many years of running around. And then, and I was also thinking because the Sylvesters had left, couldn't moved up north. And I remember years ago Simon Radford preaching about sort of the different reasons that bring people to a church or keep people at a church, and like for some people it's the preaching or it's the worship or whatever, and he got us to raise our hands, and I knew that mine was like the sense of what he called on that time belonging, but what we've recently been talking about as Hesed. And then I was thinking about, well, we only, like for some of us, I only see people on Sunday. How can I get to know other people and get closer to them in church in another way? And I hadn't really done any kind of handcrafty things, but I was always admiring how good Robin Bevan was at these things. And I wanted to get to know Robin better. And so I posed the idea to her that we could start a craft group, and then like anyone from the church who wanted to come could come, and that would be something different we could do together, and people from the community could come, and that would be a way that they could get to know us. And after thinking about it for a week or so, she agreed, and so that's how we kind of started. And sure enough, people from the church have come, and people from the community have come, and I would like it to be the potential to be a bit more intergenerational. There's quite a lot of crafting going on in Gen Z. One of my daughters can just taught herself to crochet off YouTube, and she will come whenever she is home. Not looking at anybody in here in particular, Shannon. Always hoping it's someone else I want to go. But so many things have happened. Like, as I hoped, I have sort of been getting a bit better at those kinds of actual handwork skills myself. But having a community of people to like who have different skills. Some people like to crochet, some people like to knit. Some people bring a project and then they don't actually do it. They just sit and chat for the whole time. It's just another way of doing life with other people. And I brought some little examples of a slight progression. And you hold that for a second. So, I can't even find the origin of this one. So my original sort of level of knitting prior to being in the group would have been your standard kind of like, we're on the straight needles and we're doing something. I can't actually remember what that project is, but thanks to Robin Bevan, I've discovered these like attached needle things, and this is turning into something. And without the help of Catherine, I would not even be attempting this. Oh my goodness. Whatever that is. And so there's just been so many things. Like there's like the actual development of actual projects. There's the meeting of other people. There's the sharing of both your lives and handcraft projects. There's the giving advice, support, encouragement, when you want to throw your project across the room or when something else is coming apart in your life. It's just it's a nice way to have something in common with other people, get to know people in another way. And it's also like a bridge from here to the community, another way that people can get to know something about this church, potentially like see it as somewhere, like if they are looking for a church, or if they're not looking for a church but they might be willing to come to some of our other activities. So that's kind of the hope. And for me, at first I was sort of worried that I would, like, nobody would want to come, and some days there nearly is nobody, but I'm kind of, for me, like, it's really important to be consistent and just we cancelled it once when the weather was really bad and like nobody wanted to leave their house and we were worried the power was going to go out. But basically, we never cancel it because I sort of think, well, I've committed to doing this, so I need to be there to open the pavilion up. And the worst thing that can happen is that I will drive from my house to here. I'll be here by myself. If no one else has come by 7:30, I can just go home. Like, nobody else is able to come tonight. We do have a messenger chat and people sort of talk about whether they're going to be able to come or not. So I have an idea about whether anyone else is coming. But, like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal if I end up by coming here and I'm the only one. So far, that's never happened. There's always been at least one other person here. And just depending on who's here is like the kind of time we have, the kind of stories that are shared, what's happening in people's lives. So it's actually it's quite similar to Coffee and Company, but with a different kind of focus and at a different kind of time, I guess you could say. But yeah, I definitely think that it's, a thing that's on my mind, I guess, about people is that saying they don't care what you know if they don't know that you care. And so it kind of starts by caring about other people, and from there you can go to wherever they want or need you to go.
Awesome. I'm really glad you shared about that whole dilemma of if nobody comes, do I still go? Because I think that's the reality of being a hospitable presence in our community. We have to sometimes be there when nobody much comes because we're that presence. So it's, yeah.
We did actually slightly change our timing because it's on Wednesday evenings, and we thought fortnightly. Well, we thought fortnightly was frequently enough, and initially Robin and I had thought, well, let's go with the first and third Wednesdays of the month because that will be easier to remember. Because if people forget one fortnight, then it's hard to remember when the next one is. Whereas if you know which Wednesdays it is, you could do that. But then one of the women in the community who's got shared care of her son, it's on a strict fortnight basis, and so then if we didn't in the months when there's like 5 weeks, then that wouldn't work for her, we'd be out of sync. And so now we're just going with like what works for her. And so when in doubt, especially like when to resume after the holidays, we just ask her when it suits her, and then we go with that.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Jenny. Was there anything else you wanted to say about that? Except come along. Bring your knitting.
If you have a
Jenny can teach you.
If you have a handcraft project, you're welcome to join.
Or even if you just want to chat by the sounds of it. Thank you. Okay, so Chris is now going to tell us what the men's breakfast is about and what being part of the men's breakfast for, I don't even know how many years, it's been going such a long time, what it's meant for him, because he's going to talk a little bit also about how it started, which was in response to a particular need.
Thanks, Alison. Yes, I was just thinking about the whole thing and about our conversation. And basically when the men's breakfast started, it was around a time in our community when there were quite a few suicides. And lots of people were in loss, and that was happening at the time. And quite a few people who we were connected to through the church and in our community had gone through quite a bit of loss. And so breakfast started, mainly because I liked food, and mainly because we had also at that time it was about men finding a place to come and connect together, because they said that men didn't really do that very well. Women can do that, but men don't do that very well, or they do it differently. So I do it around food, so we would meet around food. And so that's kind of how it started. And it's been going for quite a few years now. I don't know how long, but I do know that over that time, if I were to think about the things that stand out for me to share this morning, it would be around connection. It would be around breakfast is really a place where people who came, mainly people from our church, that they could invite people they knew to come and to share and to eat. We have conversations, just like Lorraine shared, around just conversations with people, and people would come. And the one standout ongoing conversation for me would have been around a time when my mum passed away. Also, one of our community his mum passed away in the same year, Patty. And so I went to see Patty after being prompted by Joan to go see him, and then we just made a connection. And then he was a bit reluctant, and he was a bit of a character. Yes, he was quite free to say what was in his head and what was on his heart, and that was a good thing. But he started coming, and also he sort of coming reluctantly. So, always sort of, I don't know how to put it, but no, always say no. But then he would do it. And just ask him to do something. Oh, no, but then he would do it. And then over time, we just found connection, and connection through coming on Wednesday mornings when we would have breakfast, but also a connection coming to church on Sunday. And he found things to do. He volunteered doing things. But even more so, as I looked at him, he found connection and a real purpose. So he would come and do his best to be helpful. And so he made a point of helping people in a very straightforward way. So for me, breakfast is more than food. It's just, again, being able to have a place and time where people can come together, share and talk. And over the years, we've had stories about lives changing, but also the guys who come to breakfast once a month, we would go, and we still do help in the collation with the roundabout. And it's a wonderful opportunity to be involved in the roundabout and being involved in the community, having friendships, and it's wonderful. And it's even good too because there's food there as well. So, food here, food there. Gosh, it's what a blessing, man. But God is so good, and through it all, it's become a place, and for me, it's really helped my relationship with God and His faithfulness, and also I know that this is how I can provide or be part of what He's providing for that one person, whoever that might be.
That's awesome, Chris. That's awesome. Because Patty, who came in to the men's breakfast as the place that he felt comfortable, reminds me of that beautiful scripture about how God puts the lonely into families. So this place became a family for Paddy, and he used to get alongside our youth and regularly come to our youth dinners. And so we became his family, intergenerational family. So what the men's breakfast began, a real expression of the hospitality of God who draws the lonely into relationship. So thank you, Chris. Now we're going to have a change of panel participants. So thank you very much, each of you. Thank you for what you shared. It was really awesome. Now we're going to have Andrew and Shannon and Monia and Nathaniel coming up. And while they come up, I'm just going to share a little update about Friday Club, because we have a very exciting update about Friday Club. We haven't run Friday Club all year. And over the last month, we've been consulting with, actually, you two need to sit together. Sorry. Yes, and that will work better with the mics. So we've got this really exciting update that we've been talking with our families because of the huge financial cost of after-school care for children, which requires trained children's workers to be part of that. It's not something financially we as a church can sustained by ourselves. So we've been talking to them and saying we can't do it for you, but we could do it with you. And it's been so encouraging, the response from parents, because what we've been basically asking them is to put 3 times as much money every term into Friday Club as they have been in the past, which is a big ask. But it's been a vision selling thing, but in fact, I felt like it would be a vision selling thing, but actually so many of the parents held that in their heart, the value of it, and we had comments back, people saying, we're so happy this is starting again. My son really loves this. This means a lot to us. So we've had a lot of parents saying, yeah, we're on board. We'll pay what you need. We want it to start. So that's exciting. And we're starting this coming Friday. So pray for us because it's a big change for us. But actually a really important thing where in a new way we might partner with our community rather than do things for our community. So that's where we're going to start, is on the Friday Club front. Now, I've been chatting with Andrew about Friday Club, and because Andrew's and Shannon are going to be our trained children's workers doing the after-school care responsibility. And I've been talking to Andrew about it, and Andrew said to me, and it's awesome that we can be like really honest about our what we feel God's saying to us, and not feel a pressure that we have to say some religious thing or whatever. When we were talking about it, Andrew said to me, well, I didn't really experience a strong call from God to work in Friday Club. And so as we explored that, actually it was really exciting to me because Andrew did experience a strong call from God, which I'm hoping he might tell you about.
Yeah. So while there was no call from God to do Friday Club, although I did feel that call for Lighthouse when I did it, I do have a call over my life, or at least for this season, and that call is to stand up. And it's not any more specific than that. That's all I felt God wanted me to know. So for me, that's kind of like a high level thing. And one of the things I think it is about is people need leaders in their lives. One of the things I noticed is it takes a while for people to do things, but as soon as they see someone else do it, it's like they have permission to do it themselves. Mm. And I think people need that. And for me, I think children especially need that. Mm. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I do children's work, is to give them a model of what it means to be a person, I guess, and what it looks like to be a Christian. Yeah, because I'm not sure that kids have those role models in everyday lives, maybe like one or two. Mm. But I think kids and people in general need more good role models. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. Now, Andrew not only did Lighthouse and has been a key person in Friday Club for years now, he also spent many holidays volunteering as a leader in Scripture Union holiday camps for primary school kids. And just wondered, Andrew, how this changed your relationship with God?
Yeah. Camp for me is kind of one of those resetting points in my life. Kind of one of the things that they ask you to do is to share your testimony. So you have to reflect on what God means to you, and just having that time set aside to do that kind of helps you to see where God is in your life. And I think just that intentionality around that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we talked about how it's hard with children's work to really sometimes understand what's going on inside a child. And Andrew made a really good point about something that he often hears back from the young leaders that he works with, about how things that happened to them as a child in Friday Club impacted them. And it was about one particular type of thing we do, Andrew?
I don't remember.
The Narnia and the, yeah.
Oh, right. So, yeah. It's hard to know what kids are thinking, because whenever you say, what happened at, how was your week, or that sort of question, they said, it's good. And, I mean, how do you expand on that? But one of the things that I've found when we've been doing training with our younger leaders, we asked them what they liked about Friday Club and what they remembered. And one of the things have been things like Narnia and Egypt, kind of the very interactive.
The right
sort of
side
thing.
of the brain.
The experience side.
That's awesome, Andrew. Thank
Yeah.
you. Now, we'll move on to Shannon now. Shannon has been leading our older children in Friday Club. We call us Connect. And I asked her just to give us a little bit about how being involved in the programs has deepened her own relationship with God.
Hi. Well, for me, being both a part of them as a participant of them, as well as becoming a leader in all of our programs that we run through Friday Club to Connect and then Rock Solid, it's been sort of space for me to create my own relationship to God that wasn't simply because I'm Christian because my parents are religious, or I was, made to go to church or something. It allowed me to hear the stories in different ways that wasn't just reading the scripture straight from the Bible. And of course, as a kid, it can come across quite boring, or it's not really written in a way that you can process it. But with how Friday Club specifically creates the messages, we use pop culture stuff, we use Narnia and books and stories that children find more interesting, and that allowed me, and I've also seen it with other kids that I've been a leader of, to make our own connections to those stories and develop that for ourselves.
Thanks, Shannon. And Shannon was going to share one time with us that had impacted, where she impacting children that she worked with.
Yeah. Well, for me, because I've moved over the last, like, I think 5 or so years, I've moved into more of a leader management kind of area. So some of the children that when they were in primary school, I was just their basic group leader, are now working alongside me to lead other children. I've gotten to see how they've like actually retained what they learned at Friday Club, and sometimes they don't even realize that they've actually kept that information. Like we've talked about, because there's certain stories you obviously end up doing over and over again, like Christmas and like the Easter story and all of those things. Some of them don't, like they obviously know the basics of those, but the more niche stories from that where we've talked about them, they still retain them and they're able to go, oh yeah, that's who Jesus was talking to, and oh that's what he was trying to say, and it makes it easier for them as leaders to convey that to their own like youth groups that they've got and the children that they're trying to instill the word of God into. And
That's awesome, Shannon, because that's one of the ways that we do Friday Club is that as children grow, they teach the younger ones. We'll just swing quickly over to Cody Cones. Nathaniel and Monia have been our foundation workers in establishing Cody Cones, and we've been open daily for well over a year, and currently our winter hours are Wednesday to Sunday from 2 till 5. So, Nathaniel, you told me that many people in our community ask you about what we are here.
Yeah, well, one thing that's really surprised us through working at Cody Cones is the percentage of people in the community who don't even know like that this is a church, and they're coming in here after living in the community for years, driving past just about every day, and they get lured in by the ice creams. And then they come while ordering and they're like, oh, what is this place? Have a look around, and we say, it's quite unusual actually. A lot of people are like, oh, is this like a part of the school or just some random like hall? Oh no, this is the Langholm Church. And then they come inside and have a look around, and often these people spend ages looking at the photo wall and or asking like what we do and say about the men's breakfast and coffee and company. And I just think that's a really good interaction with these people who have been a part of our community for years but have never had their first foot in the door or really any knowledge of what we are here.
Awesome, thank you. Now, Monia has something very particular that people, once they get to know Monia, really come into Cody Cones to connect with, which isn't ice creams.
Cars.
Cars. So the interests of our people on site build community around them, and I often look, where's Monia? He'll be in the car park looking at somebody's car and a problem they might have with it. But he does an awesome job with the relationship with that. Now we had, did you want to say?
Yeah, I was just going to add in there, our customers are really, really appreciative of that connection, and particularly with, I've noticed with Monia going out and chatting with them about their cars, and there was one example that comes to mind of older lady who came here fairly regularly on her own, and Monia would get chatting to her about cars and stuff, I presume. But on some of the quieter days when it's raining and not many people around, but she would still come in because this was her, special outing of the week. And then even coming in on her own, she still got this really good sense of connection with community because Monia would go out and talk with her, and really her spirits would lift up, and she commented after leaving that she really appreciated that connection.
That is great. And we've had a book at the checkout where customers have been writing their thoughts about Cody Cones, and Monia and Nathaniel are each going to read one comment from that book.
So this one says, It's hard to describe how much having this cafe and ice creamery in our neighbourhood means to us and to our guests and visitors. It means a lot. Absolutely love the car you produce for us and the lovely sense of community we have when we can lounge here and enjoy it. Hoping you can stay open, even just Thursday to Sunday maybe. Put all your prices up by 10 to 20% if you have to. We will still come.
Thank you for this gem of a cafe. We as locals have been wanting a cafe for years. This is the best, with games and outdoor space and getting inspired by the church's activities. It helps my mum, who is ageing and not comfortable in noisy environments, to come and relax here. We enjoy the community and lovely offerings. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. So sorry it's taken a while this morning, but there is so much happening during the week. So if you would like to be involved in any of those things, speak to the people that have been talking, because it's just, there's so much bubbling away. Worship team, it's over to you.
Thank you, Alison, and to all the contributors. Much appreciated. Let's just do a couple of songs together as we bring our time together to a close. Lord, I come, I confess, bowing here, I gotta resist. Without you, I fall apart. You're the one who guides my heart. Let's sing that again, eh? Yes, Lord, I come, I confess, bowing here, I find my rest. And without you, I fall apart. You're the one who guides my heart. Oh Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Where sin runs deep, your grace is more. Where grace is found is where you are. And where you are, Lord, I am free. Holiness is Christ in me. Oh Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Oh Lord, I need you. Lord, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. My one defense, my righteousness.
Oh God, how I need.
And as we finish, let's sing the song, Amazing Love, You Are My King. It's a very aspirational song, but I think your reach should always extend your grasp, or exceed your grasp. Do stay for coffee and a catch-up, and may God bless and keep you as you go into a new week. I'm forgiven because you were forsaken, and I'm accepted. You were condemned. I'm alive and well. Your spirit is within me because you died and rose again. We'll sing that again.
I'm forgiven.
I'm forgiven because you were forsaken. I'm accepted now.
I'm accepted because you were condemned.
I'm alive and well.
I'm alive and well. Your spirit is within me because you died and rose again. Amazing love. How can it be that you, my King, would die for me?
Amazing love.
Amazing love. I know it's true. It's my joy to honor you in all I do. I honor you.
I'm forgiven.
I'm forgiven because you were forsaken.
I'm accepted now.
I'm accepted. You were condemned.
I'm alive and well.
I'm alive and well. Your spirit is within me because you died and rose again. Amazing love. How can it be that you, my King, would die for me?
Amazing love.
Amazing love. I know it's true. It's my joy to honor you in all I do. I honor you.
You are my King.
You are my King. You are my King. You are my King.
Amazing love.
Amazing love. How can it be that you, my King, should die for me?
Amazing love.
Amazing love. I know it's true. Oh, it's my joy to honor you in all I do. I honor you
in all I do.
I honor you
in all I
do. I honor you.
Have a great week, everybody.
interesting the different areas of harmony that open up when you musicians.